I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the date done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Good morning. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Let me know, people. All right, can you hear me now? All right, wonderful. I think you should be hearing me. I am Manning's man, and welcome to the platform. This is the big one, I Am Sure Sports, and we have lots of great things in store for you on today's show, and also for the rest of the week. We have some big things coming up on tomorrow, and then on Super Friday we have bigger things coming up. Tomorrow we have two major interviews that we'll be doing, right? Tomorrow one will be in the morning, on the morning edition of the show, and one will be the evening edition of the show, where you will be joined by none other than Mr. Trinidad and Tobago himself, Mr. Andre Fortune. And I think none other than the mighty Stan Cranky will be on that one. We don't know about Cataract because he hasn't been operating in the best frame of mind recently, but we hope, having given him a few days rest, he is less stressed and he is able to communicate with a lot more logical reasoning. All right. But welcome to the platform as usual. We always are very grateful that we are alive and that we have life and life more abundantly. You understand me? We may not have all the material resources we need in this life, but we have life. And we are very, very grateful for that. We give thanks to the Most High God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, because indeed he has kept us, he has preserved us. And it is he who gives us strength from day to day. He is the reason why we are here. And so I want to encourage you to believe in yourself, never give up, and never ever lose hope. I also want to encourage people, right? Oftentimes you will hear things and people will say things about me. People come to me, say things about you, right? So here's what I want you to do. Always give people the benefit of the doubt, right? It's not everything you hear you ought to believe. Get to know people for yourself. Get to experience things for yourself. You cannot live every day based on what people tell you. and be open and honest enough. This will bring you healing. If you have an issue with someone, hey, talk to them, no man. Talk to the person. Let's resolve our issues by being open and honest and being forthright. Don't hold up people in your heart. Your heart is not big enough to carry people 90 pounds and 60 pounds and 100 pounds and 200 pounds. Don't keep people in your heart, man. Your heart can't bear that burden. Your heart can't bear that load. So if you're having difficulties and challenges, please, I'm asking you, right? Go talk to the people, seek to get it resolved, and make things work. All right? Yeah, man. All right. So bless up, bless up, bless up. So what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the Nations League games that are coming up. We're going to touch some world champs, World Athletic Championship. Pioneer, where are going with? Pioneer came and did that track and field show, Go and call him out, And because his prediction did not come through, the man disappear, Pioneer, what kind of thing? The man disappear because his predictions have not borne fruit. Now, this is the first time I'm talking to you since Shakari Richardson won the 100 meters. First and foremost, congratulations to her, because she has gotten a lot of flack from Jamaicans. Jamaicans beat her body up. You understand me? Both on the track and just verbal beating. And she got the upper hand, so I want to big her up. You understand me? You can see she has a little bit of Jamaicanness in her. Having heard her do that interview with Spencer Darlington. Wagwan! Wagwan! She said, you understand me? It was also good to see Shakari, Shelley, and Sharika Jackson in that. Lots of disappointment as well. Maybe we were expecting a few more medals than we have, but nonetheless, we have to give thanks, because we don't have no medal put on. We don't have no medal put on over our grade. You understand me? We don't have no medal put on over there. So if we get one, we give thanks. Big up to Hansel Parchment. If we get two, big up to Roshan Clark. You understand me? Big up to all the athletes. Big up to Shelley and Fraser. Price. The price is right. No matter what, she always end up on that podium. So big up to, Shelley and Fraser Price. Sharika, bless up yourself, Hope you can do better in the 200 meters. Listen, I think this should also motivate the Jamaican team to go all guns blazing in the 4x1 with the inclusion of Elaine. Yeah, man. To get that long coveted world record and the gold medal indeed. Well, if we win, you don't know. But will get excited. Big up the youth from Petersfield High School, Antonio Watson. You understand me? The man who Jamaica beat bad at champs recently, few years ago, when he use his fingers to point, a little firearm kind of a thing, into the crowd. And many people really beat him bad. And now you understand, yeah, he's there, and the same people are celebrating him. Yeah, Pioneer. Hey, I need to call Pioneer. Hold on there. First person. Me not want to wait. Me not want to get into the rest of the topic. Talk about Demarai Gray. Some people ask about Ravel. We're going to talk about that. The Caribbean Club Championship, where Harborview playing today and Cavaliers playing today. We're going to talk about that. Under 17 girls wanting to go out and support them on Friday against Panama. We're going to talk about that. The under 14 also had a win in the final games against Trinidad and Tobago. They scored a penalty to win that one. We're going to talk about that. You understand me? But we need to call Pioneer. We need to call Pioneer, because Pioneer is losing his status as the track and field guru, because, I don't know. Let me hear what I'm going to say about this. I wonder if he's going to answer, sir. Because he should have joined the show, He look like him and listening, Me shout him. I go and call him. On the spot. I'm a virgin, so we can call him. Pioneer, he's here. You're live online, You're live on I Am Sure Sports.
Live online?
Yes, I am in an undisclosed location, And You were supposed to come and do a show after the races. The people are saying, one person said, I thought Pioneer was an analyst and not a psychic. You understand me? What's going on, man? What do you make of the the World Championships, the 100 meter? Did you predict Shakara Richardson to win it?
No, sir, I didn't. I predicted Shakara wouldn't have even medal, my brethren. Um, she ran an excellent race. She was in late 9. Might have worked for her. What she has shown though is that she's in excellent form. What she has shown is that this being her first time on the big stage, she's showing that she's won for the big times. A little bit disappointed in the effort of Sherika Jackson. I say a little bit. I don't want to beat her too badly.
The effort.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the effort. All right. So she ran 10:65 at our national trials. In a post race, well, 2 days before the start of the 100 meter, in an interview, she said, and I quote, "I'm much faster than I was at the trial. Much faster than 10:65 to me doesn't translate to 10:72. I was looking for her to run somewhere in the low 10:6s, possibly high 10:5s, and I don't doubt her that she's in that type of form. Every coach in every training session has a clock, has a stopwatch. So athletes and coaches know what form they are in. So she would know that the form that she was in at our trials when she ran 10:65, she's in a much better form than that now. So I think, this is where I think this. You there, man?
Yeah, man. We're listening. No, man, we're listening to you, man.
All right. So this is where I think, and I think it's that having never beaten Shelley in a major championship, I think after she passed Shelley, I think she still kind of had Shelley in her mind in terms of, and I think if you look at how she finished the race, she was a little bit tight in that last 20 meters. For me, she caught Shelley at about 65. Should have dismissed Shelley and gone to be running against the clock. Akin to what Ilian did in 2021. If you notice in 2021 at the Olympics, after catching Shelley, Ilian's focus was not Shelley again. She was running against the clock. And as we saw, she got 10:61 to Shelley's 10:74. Sherika, on the other hand, I think having passed Shelley, I think she kind of forgot that twice in this season, Sherika had kind of run back at her and passed her. So I think she was more focusing on Shelley and Shakar. She should have been focusing on the clock and Shakar instead of Shelley. And I think that is where she lost the race. I want to point out something, man. Curiously, I don't know how many persons know this, but it's very. And I was saying to somebody earlier that somebody at the World Championship must be running a practical joke, because Sherika Jackson, Shakari Richardson, and Marie Jose Talo are drawn in the same heat, same semi-final of the 200 meters again. Very much as they were in the 100 meters. I don't know how coincidental that is, or how coincidental that could have been for that happen. But I think it's going to be interesting going forward. Thinking about just sticking to the 100 meters. With this happening, and like a lot of Jamaica.
Let me ask you. Let me interject and just ask you a question for you to explain, because I think one of the biggest factors in the 100 meters was the fact that Shakari Richardson had the outside lane away from what I would call the heat of the battle, so no one was really. They didn't have her in their peripheral vision really. Especially at the beginning of that race, and she being behind because she's on the outside lane and you don't look that far across when you're running. So I think that gave her an advantage, because I think she would have been under a greater level of pressure if she was like in 4 or 5 or in one of those inside lanes. So I think, to me, I think that having taken her, like having been placed in that lane, took her out of the heat of the battle, which allowed her to focus now on herself and herself alone, not having to look for where Shelley was. They're close to me, I'm under pressure, and possibly tightening up. So I think That to me was one of the biggest factor, the outside lane that she drew and she ran out of. I don't know what you have to say about that.
All right, and people have heard that line of argument, but I guess there's no way we can prove that. It's not something scientific that we can prove. We can prove that if she was in a middle lane, there would have been pressure. What I can say definitively.
But we saw that in the semifinals, though.
No, but she in the semifinal she got a bad start. She had a bad first couple of steps, and she still ran back, finishing closely to both Talu and Sherika, who was timed at 10:79. She was timed at 10:83, close enough. And I think she could comfortably have known that everybody knew that top three in that semifinal would have made it. There was nobody in any of the other semifinals who could have run a time. As a matter of fact, third place in that semifinal was faster than the winner of any of the other two semifinals. And from the day I saw the drawings for the semifinals, I said comfortably that these ladies don't need to race each other in the semifinals because they know that even any honest effort on their part would lead to them qualifying for the final. That was a given. I could almost sell all of my earthly properties and put on that and not bet on that money. That these ladies, all three of them were going to qualify. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't have mattered who won first, second, or third. Now, to the point you were making about more pressure would have been brought to Beer and Sha'Carri. Now, people can argue that, boy, it's a world champs and the pressure is greater. But what I have seen twice before in this season, Manning, is I've seen Sherika Jackson get out ahead of Sha'Carri Richardson, and she ran her down and passed her. And both those occasions, Sha'Carri clocked 10.7. Seeing we show that she would have been in good form. She has good top end speed. Now, I was thinking that in one of those races, you could see Sherika probably tempering herself a little bit and not running through the line as forceful as we would want her to do. All right, but the fact of the matter is that this woman still displayed this amount of top end speed to get back to you and pass you and run a very, very good time. Now, may I say, here comes the final. She's in the outside lane. You now have to know that she's going to be coming. You should know that she's coming. So the only way that you're going to beat her is to run a significant faster race than you would normally run, because she has displayed that type of top end speed. She has shown that she has as good as or even better top end speed than you have. As I said,
what is Sherika's personal best in the 100?
10.65, which she did at our trial.
So what is Shelly's personal best?
Shelly?
Yeah.
Shelly's 10.60, but wasn't in any condition.
No, man, I know that. So the point I want to make is, like, bottom line is, Sha'Carri Richardson didn't win in a fluke time. She won in 10.65, which is Sherika's personal best. Because what sure. That would mean is that for Shelly to beat her, Shelly would have to be at her best, because she'd have to go close below 10.65. She'd have to be at her best. Yeah.
Having seen Shelly in the season, I lowered my expectation of Shelly. All right. Personally, as a matter of fact, I am sure sport. In my analysis, I said at one point that Shelly would not medal. And then I thought about it and I said Shelly and Sha'Carri would be battling for the minor medal, the bronze medal. Because I expected Talu to run faster than she actually did. All right, so I had given Talu the silver medal. However, I had lowered my expectation for Shelly, knowing that the knee issue, watching her in those two races that she ran, and the most instructive thing for me was a subsequent Instagram video, training video that she posted, where on that video I realized that she still was not pushing out of the block. She didn't push out of the blocks in the heat. She didn't push out of the block in the semis. As a matter of fact, she sat in the block in the semis. And in the finals, she never get that traditional bullet start that she normally gets. All right, so I before the race, or even before the World Championship, I knew that Shelly was not going to be at her absolute best. All right, so I had lowered my expectation for Shelly. And I'm sure that Sha'Carri being an athlete too, people are looking on. They know what's happening. As I said, Mannings, what we can only speculate that, all right, yes, lane 9 gave her an opportunity, and we have seen people run from lane 9 and run the outside lane. Gatlin did it in 2017. Bolt and Coleman were in the middle of the track, and Coleman was kind of watching Bolt. Bolt was trying to get back to Coleman, and Gatlin came on the outside and ran past them both and won the 100 meters in 2017. That happens still. But where I can't totally agree with the argument is that had Sha'Carri been in the middle lane, somehow she would have been nervous, or she would have been distracted, or she would have fallen.
We move past that. It's just
pressure.
stuff that you bring up. But the other thing I'm saying to you is that I don't think on the day, because remember what we have seen, and Cranky has just even said that, what we have seen of Sha'Carri all season in races against Shericka is that Shericka's gone ahead of her and she has caught her.
Yeah, man. All right. In my prediction, let me tell you what made the obvious difference to me, man. This is what made the difference to me in this championship. In all my predictions that I excluded Sha'Carri from the medal, my one caveat, my one concern was that she did not run rounds properly at championships. All right. Whenever you saw her having to run more than one round, she would run her fastest race in the heat. She did it this year at the national championship, where she ran 10:71 in the heat, 10:84 in the semis, and ran 10:89 in the final. So she consistently got so slow. In the year that she was disqualified, she ran 10:7 something in the heat. She ran fast again in the semifinal, but it was vindicated. And then she ran her slowest race in the final. There was another championship, I think it was in 2019, when she ran fast in the thing, and then ran last after that to drop out of the championship. So that was my concern for her. Having seen her cruise to 10:92 or 10:93 in the heat, I started to be concerned. I didn't actually watch the semifinal live, but I was getting updates in a WhatsApp group that I'm in, because I was actually on my way into Kingston. That is why I wasn't in the I am sure studios. I had some business in Kingston to attend to. So I was driving and getting updates. And when I asked the gentleman in the group about the semifinal, and they told me that she ran third. And I actually, after that, I sat and watched a YouTube video. I said to them that Sha'Carri is going to be dangerous in the final. Because I think of all the three ladies in that heat, she showed me that she possibly had the most left. And true to form, she had the most left. And her top end speed is undeniable, man. It's she going to be a problem in our world sprinting now. I can't see. As I said, there's a date that I had marked on my calendar, even before this 100 meter final. I'd marked it for a different reason. I'd marked it expecting Shericka Jackson to win at this world championship, but not break the world record. And I'd marked that date that I was giving her a chance. And the date is September 16th, and it's the Eugene Diamond League meet. I had marked that date on the calendar. And I said, akin to what Elaine did in 2021, when she ran 10:61 at the Olympics, then came back to Eugene and ran 10:54. I was looking for something similar to that from Shericka. I was expecting her to win the World Championships in a fast time. And being in this great rhythm and this great form, I was expecting her now to go to Eugene and do a faster time than she would have won the World Championships in Eugene, possibly going close to the world record, or threatening the world record in some way. Now, for a different reason, now I want to see the clash, because I still think Shericka is in great form. As I said, every coach, when they are coaching their athletes, have a stopwatch. They know the form that their athletes are in. When Shericka came to the World Championships and she spoke, Christine and I was on I Am Sure Sports, and I said, Christine, these are the words of a very confident-looking athlete. I don't know what happened. I don't know if she struggles a little mentally. You know, she probably don't have the mental fortitude of a Shelley and Fraser or a Elaine Thompson when it comes to these big races. But I'm hoping that this loss is going to hurt her enough that we might see her doing something spectacular in Eugene and trying to revenge this loss. So I'm hoping that will translate to a fast race and possibly a fast time. But Sha'Carri now, having won at the World Championships, going home to Eugene, having been embarrassed in Eugene in 2021 when she ran last in that very fast race by Elaine, will be, on a high and wanting to prove a point and wanting some redemption. So that, all of those factors, those two ladies coming from two different poles, one seeking revenge and one wanting to prove a point, I'm hoping that will translate to a very good race and a very fast time in Eugene.
All right. So what I'll say is that because next year is Paris, right? The Olympics 2024.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I put it to you that the contest that we'll be talking about, come Paris,
Mm-hmm.
will be the Clayton twins, Shakari, Alana Reid.
No, man, I don't think any of those youngsters will reach it that
Really?
quickly. That far.
Really?
No, they won't.
You
They're
you
not getting there
you
yet,
you
man.
believe that Shelly, Elaine, and Sharika will be the three in the 100 meters?
All right. Sharika will definitely make the 100 meters next year if she chooses. She chooses to contest it.
Okay.
Shelly and Fraser instead intends to close out her career at the Paris Olympics. I was saying to Chris on I Am Sure Sports that somebody was one of your posters had suggested that they wanted Sharika to win because if Shelly won, then we would not have 4 contenders in Tokyo 2025, which is where the next World Championship is going to be after Budapest. I said to the poster, if Shelly wins this World Championships, there's no way she's not going to try and come and defend it in Tokyo. Now, I am expecting Shelly, barring this knee issue not going away and this knee issue becomes a career-ending injury. All right, I'm expecting Shelly and Fraser Price to make the Olympic team next year. I don't see Alana Reid on the clip. No, these are great prospects for the future, Manins. I will attest to that. But I don't see them going 10-7s by next year. I see them going faster than their PBs 10-9. I see them going 10-8s and matriculating a little bit over time, maybe by in another 3 years, 4 years, they will be ready. If could one of the Clayton twins break through, possibly, yeah. Alana Reid, I think she has maxed out on her junior potential now. I'm a thing said that I take her, and this is just my opinion, people. There's no science behind my argument. I'm going just based on
and no Brianna
Williams.
Brianna Williams not going to improve enough to make that Olympic team in the 100 meters.
I don't see Brianna going 10-7s. I think Brianna is a 10-8 max, a top speed 10-8 athlete. I don't see her going 10-7. No, the closet is the cupboard is full, the cabinet is full of talent, man. Not denying that. But how great is that talent in terms of can these ladies go 10-6? Can they go 10-7? I don't see it happening
in 2024
anytime soon. Not next year. Not 2020. Not next year.
So the prediction is basically the same athletes, the Shelly, Sharika, and
if
Elaine
gets into training, I'm expecting Shelly and Sharika to be there.
Okay.
Elaine, with her new coach and her new coaching setup, gets it together. Because Elaine, Mannings, what we can't deny now, we know the farm, we know the quality athletes. There are some athletes that will go to a certain level, and there are some athletes that will peak at a certain level. All right, I'm not telling you that the Clayton twins or Alana Reid has reached a peak. But I will tell you though, my brethren, I don't see them going 10-7s and 10-6s next year. That would be great. As a Jamaican, I would love to see it, but I won't sit here and tell you that I am expecting it. I would be very surprised. It would be a shocker to me if any of those ladies are running 10-7s and 10-6s next year.
Okay. How our medal?
So look at some,
let's get into some other event. Because how our medal count look? I mean, disappointment for Jaden Hibbert. I think that would have been that would have been a sure gold medal for him, given what the final jumps were. Sure gold medal. I think
definitely. Definitely money.
The discus throwers on the men's side, no medals as well. But we still have Roshane Clark.
What I'm seeing though, man, is not expecting Roshane Clark to medal. And let me just give you an overview. And you spoke of the disappointment for Jaden Reid, and I totally agree with you.
Jaden Hibbert.
It's very hot in Jaden Hibbert. Sorry.
Broadbell as well.
Yeah, man, very disappointed for Broadbell having. I think he kind of overexerted. I think he was he was trying to win that heat. Don't think he needed to do that. I think he could have qualified conservatively. A conservative run would have been enough to qualify. He got a bad start, was trying to catch up, but this is a hurdle. It's an obstacle event, and it does happen to the best of them. We see even people like Foster Hilton who coaches hurdles, having suffered that indignity several times. The man can go back to Rolo Jones and Gail Devers and so many other great hurdlers who would have hit hurdles and fallen over time. So disappointed for Broadbell. I think he would have been a gold medal prospect, definitely a medal prospect. And but it happens, Bridget. So Broadbell and Hibbert, quite disappointing. I'm disappointed not to have won the gold medal in the 100 women's, as we say. But what we have seen in this championship, I've seen some other very bright sparks and some other promising signs for Jamaican athletics. Greatest of which I would point to young Watson in the 400 meter.
Really, more than even Wayne Pinnock in the long jump?
No man, I get into Pinnock, but Watson Watson is right now the preemptive favorite to win the 400 meters.
Yeah.
With Gardner going down, Van Niekerk not looking that great, and the field was already a weakened field now, and Watson having the fastest time going into the final, looking like he had a little bit more, will be drawn in a favorable lane, obviously, and with the kind of confidence that we know this young man has from his days as a junior, I'm expecting great things from him. It's a great sign for Jamaica. The 400 is back. We have been seeing a lot of Jamaican runners running sub 45 seconds this year, and it looked like Watson in this final having the luxury of being able to get 2 days rest, as he will be getting 2 days rest between the semifinals yesterday and the finals which come up tomorrow. So going into that final with a level of freshness and the confidence of that, he beat Wade Van Niekerk handsomely in the semis, and he is now the foreman in the field. I'm expecting this young man to give us possibly the gold medal and possibly a national record. I see him going 43 in the finals, and that definitely would mean that he would have a great opportunity and a great shot at winning the gold medal. The only other person I see with any chance of threatening him is Hudson Smith from Great Britain.
You don't think Kirani James?
Go ahead.
Kirani James?
Kirani James ran well, but interestingly, Watson has beaten Kirani James earlier this year. So has Sean Bailey, by the way. Kirani James is an old warrior. Can't discount him, but I don't think he is at the top of his game. I don't see him breaking 44 seconds. And as I said here, I see Watson going sub 44. And sub 44 for me is where the gold medal is going to be at. That's why I think Watson's greatest threat is Hudson Smith. He's tall, he's rangy, he's having his best season. And when an athlete is on the up and up, man, it's a different thing from a Kirani James who is an old warrior and is trying to restore and get back to former glory.
So we have lost a couple of medals, and we have lost a couple, probably what we projected. So Watson picking up a medal in the 400 would be a medal that probably wasn't counted by many. Yeah.
Definitely. And also, and additionally, the great plus of that also is with Watson's great form runnings, we're having 3 in the semifinals, 2 in the finals actually, with Sean Bailey making the finals. Barnes running his best race in the semis, but not his best race, but I think he did what he could do. I think that was his ceiling. Still didn't agree with the decision to include him over Rasheen McDonald. Yeah. But with those three and McDonald now, we're looking at a very, 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 very handy 4x4 team. That's a team that would very well contend for the gold medal.
Wouldn't put Rasheen Clark was on the junior 4x4 team that did well, having done the hurdles. Wouldn't you include him?
Possibly, but some persons will run the heats and some persons will run the finals. It is going to be left to the management. I'm hoping that the politics, I'm hearing about arguments with Rasheen between them and Rasheen McDonald. I think already, Mannings, and I think I think Jamaica going forward, and this might be a little controversial. We might need to start looking at people outside of the coaches who have athletes
to coach the teams. I agree. I respect the service of Demish Gear. I can say it, over the years, but Demish Gear should not have
been our mixed relay team. And
I hope they don't have him to do the heats at the 4x4, because that would be it.
That would be it. Shoot myself our foot in the mixed relays. That would be akin to shooting ourselves in the heart. if we were to use him again in the 4x4, I think we'd be trying to shoot ourselves in our heart, because it would definitely mean that we're not trying to qualify. Another thing to the mornings, as we go back to there, I go back there, and I don't want to kind of overextend my welcome. I stay too long. But I want to say this. I want to go back to the mixed relay. I think it's time for us to start looking at putting some of our better athletes in this mixed relay. We have been scoffing at it, shunning it as if it's an inferior medal, and it's inferior money.
Hey, Pioneer,
The US,
a couple of persons said that them,
US,
hold on here. Hold on. A couple of persons
yeah.
said that them is going to be
Go ahead.
a lot of persons said that them is gay. It's going to be in the heats of the 4x4. I really
All right. And if that happens, if that happens and we don't qualify, I think Maurice Wilson should be charged for treason when he come back to them. I'm going to say it again. If Demish Gay is included in the heats of the 4x4, and it costs Jamaica a spot and a possible gold medal in the 4x4, the team management.
Anytime Chief is saying that he did well in the mixed relay. I don't know what well is, because we didn't qualify. I don't know. The time that he did, his split was not good.
He had about 5th or 6th.
Yeah, his split was not good. He never make up the stagger, like really. He never really.
Reggie, listen, man. We need listen. In making these decisions, that is why I said we need to remove the personal coaching. These decisions should be made with Jamaica's best medal interest at heart. The persons running should give us the greatest chance of qualifying or winning. It cannot be because I'm your coach. I mean, if we make the finals, you're going to be in to make money. It has to be with Jamaica's best interest at heart. Anything outside of that, for me, is akin to nepotism, brother. You can't want to include somebody because your brethren are you coach him. It has to be the best person, the person that gives Jamaica the best chance of medaling or qualifying. If it's a qualifying event, now you're going to take certain other things into consideration. But I want to go back to what I was saying, man. It's about getting our best athletes to run in the mixed relay. The US team that ran the mixed relay is $180,000 richer. They got $80,000 for winning the event and $100,000 for breaking the record. There's nobody who can tell me that if we were to include some of our quote-unquote top athletes, saying why not run a Rashid McDonald in the mixed relay? Why are you saving him for? Even if you had him down for the 400 meters, 4x400 meters, there will be 6 clear days between the mixed relays, or 7 clear days between the mixed relays and the 4x4. You can't tell me say he couldn't run 2 legs of the mixed relays and still recover to run in the 4x. He wasn't running a flat event.
Oh, Rashid McDonald.
Why include Nataya Gould?
What 800 meters?
Who will be running a flat event, and you expect her to run at least 3 rounds at the 800 meters, and the 800 meters a brilliant event. Why choose to run and have a Joanna Reid there and a runner and at all? Why are you running people? I don't know. I can't understand the thinking. And as I said, when we are making these decisions, it has to be with getting Jamaica, firstly, to get into the finals, to qualify for the finals, and secondly, the people who give us the Rashid McDonald has run 44.303. He's still the fastest, even with the exploits of Watson, he's still the fastest Jamaican this year. 44.03. There's no way on earth you can tell me that man will not be included in the 4x4 when you have people in there where around 45 seconds. We can't do that. If that happens, Jamaica will lick out loud. We are right now, you could almost say we are the preemptive favorite
for the 4x4
with what? Yes, man, with 2 men in the finals and Watson being the possible favorite, and with Russian, we have, he's still the 3rd fastest man in the world this year in the Virgin.
Yeah, I can't understand why the man is just going to run 2 races. Why he didn't get the mixed relay? I don't understand. Man, look at this. Right now as it stands right now, we have 4 of the 6 fastest man in the year. This year. Plus Sean Bailey in the final is not far off. And now we include, you just mentioned Clark. I don't know how much. By the way, I don't expect Clark to medal in the final. That's going to be one burning. That's going to be a scotch. Benjamin is in the form of it. Carson Warholm is back.
And the Santos is the reigning world champion and will not go out without a fight. So me have a lift
McMaster.
my hat to Clark. The field is deep. We never reached to Kyron McMaster. But me just tell you about the top three already. Somewhere along the line, Clark could beat. If he recovers well, he could beat McMaster. But those three, barring some incident, hitting a hurdle or some injury, I expect that to be 1, 2, 3. I don't know in what order. Rai Benjamin want to be the man this year. He put in the work in the off season, and he definitely has come out this year to be the man. The Norwegian king, as I call him, was injured last year. Was out of sorts. Getting it together right now, wants to come back on top of the throne. And the Santos, unfortunately, had a slow season, got some injuries, and but being the reigning world champion, I know him now go without a fight. So it's gonna be Warholm, Rai Benjamin, the Santos. It would be good of Clark if he could be there somewhere in the mix. 4th place maybe, running probably another PB and another national record. Would have to just know, say, listen, this youth is 19, he's one for the future. I'm gonna make it. His time will come. And that's what I say. It's just that the pool is so deep right now that it means, boy, those guys are ahead of you right now, but you are gonna be right there close to them, and with a few more years under your belt, you're gonna get there with them. Because the standard in that event right now, the man, is high. Remember that we are talking about the world record being 45 something. So, and he's at 47.2 now. He will get there. These guys are in 46 low shape. And possibly, I don't know if Warholm can go back 45 or Benjamin can go 45. But I don't see Clark medal.
Any look for Rochelle Clayton?
Clayton, that's another prospective medal that I think, some almost want to say definite medal. For me, Femke Ball is out of class. And going back to the mixed relays, mornings, we see people like Femke Ball, who is the favorite in the 400-meter hurdles. We saw her running the heats at the mixed relays, and she was running the finals. Man, it's very unfortunate that down the stretch she fell and lost out on a medal, definitely a medal. But we're talking about a race that was being run at the world record pace, so it happened. But just the fact that somebody, an athlete of this stature, could be running both legs at the mixed relay. I can't understand why Jamaican coaches and the Jamaican administration feel like it's beneath some of our athletes to be participating in the mixed relay. It's a medal, it's money, and it is no inferior medal and it's not inferior money. So I can't understand why we can't see our athletes. But back to the 400 hurdles for one. Femke Ball is out of class to me, but I think somewhere there, and Dalila Mohammed is out. Shamir Little is the other threat for Jamaica. I think Shamir Little is dangerous. She has been running some excellent 400-meter since year. She has been running some excellent 4 hurdles since year. I think those two are ahead of Clayton, but I don't see anybody else. I think there's a medal there for Clayton. I think she's a big time, if you ask me. I like Rochelle Clayton. When she won that bronze medal in the World Championships, I was looking for her to kind of come up from there. But somehow she fell back. She fell off. I don't know if it's lack of focus or what, but she's obviously back. Now we have 3 women in the finals, which is also great. There is a bronze medal and half. There is a medal and half, possibly a silver, probably a bronze. I don't know if Clayton can surpass Little. I think, as I said, I think Ball is in 51 shape form. She's gonna be very, very hard to beat. I don't know if Clayton can get to Shamir Little, but there's definitely a medal there for her. Our other ladies, Russell, I don't know. I have harbored hopes for Russell for a very long time. Commonwealth champion, but when it comes on to these big championships, she has failed to deliver. But we're wishing all Knight, same thing for Knight. I think Knight has a good chance also. So we're wishing all 3 ladies the best. There's another medal again, mornings, that we weren't counting. So we weren't counting a medal in the long jump, we weren't counting a medal in the 400 meter, and we weren't counting a medal in the 400 hurdles for women. And those are 3 possible medals and possible gold medals. Look at Pinnock look like he could very well win the gold. And 3 that are going to replace Hibbert, Broadbell, and any other disappointment that we have had that losing medal. So Jamaica could very well still fare very well, in spite of those misfortunes early in the championship. We could still fare very well. And what that does to man, it sets us up good, because if we're having people like Pinnock and Watson in the 400 meter, rising to the occasion now, and these are young
And then Young
athletes
Smith
that
also,
we are
the
expecting.
female who finished 13th, I think, in the long jump final. That's good. I mean, it has been a while.
Yeah, Smith,
Smith,
yeah, man.
yeah.
So, all right, I said this, and I am sure last year, man, that Jamaica has become truly a track and field nation. We have always been a track nation. We were a sprint nation at one time, and then we were a track nation because we just started with people like Kenya Sinclair and those people. We started expanding into the 800 meters and thing and thing. Now we have people like Adele Tracy in the 1500 meters. We have 800 meter men's running for us in
Yeah,
qualify in the first round.
Lavatsky
And
Anderson got disqualified.
yeah, man. And in the field, man, we are expanding our reach in the field. The only 3 field events now that we don't see Jamaica participating in everything is the amateur, which I'm watching on my TV as we speak, and the pole vault, and there is one other one.
Javelin.
And the javelin. The amateur, javelin, amateur, pole vault are the only 3 events that we don't have anybody in. We are in the men's high jump. We are in the women's high jump. We are in all the throws, the discus. We are in all the jumps, the triple jump, the long jump. We are there. So Jamaica has truly become a track and field nation. Let us lift our hat and applaud the coaches for that. As we continue to expand our coaching expertise, then who knows? Those 3 events I just mentioned, it's just a matter of time before we get there and start, doing well and dominating.
You think there's any medal in the women's hurdles, 100 meters hurdles for Jamaica?
Tough. We have a little warrior, man. It's called Megan Tupper,
Yes.
And then we have Kieran Nugent, who looks really, really, really good. The field there is very deep again. There again, we have a deep field. We're talking about the reigning world champion and world record holder. We're talking about Jasmine Camacho Queen. We're talking about Kenny Harrison. Those are 3 ladies who are, if I dare say, are better than our 3 ladies that are in the semifinal. But Tapa is a warrior. Again, it's an obstacle event. Anything could happen. And you're there, you can medal. So I'm expecting us to have 2 in the finals, Tapa and Nugent. I don't like the form of Danielle Williams. She's my runner. I love that girl. But I don't like her form this year. I don't think she will make the finals. Is that possible? I haven't looked at the semifinals just yet. But I'm expecting is 2 in the finals. And if we have 2 athletes in the final, any player could go. As I said, it's a deep field, and our ladies are not the favorites, but this is the hurdles, Virgin, and who knows? On your day, and with some luck, you could very well be on the podium. But all in all, man, apart from those few early disappointments, it's looking like a very, very
more rounded championship in terms of, I always tell people, like, if this was about getting people into finals like we do at champs and points of finishing, Jamaica would always be up there, because we I think sometimes when we perform at these big championships, we thrive on getting into the finals, because at champs, one of the big things about champs is to get as many athletes in the finals as possible. And if you don't medal to get points for your position, I'd love to see like a championship where they actually give points for spots in the finals to see how we would fare, because we may not medal, but we always have a way of getting.
I think it happens. I think one of these world events it happens. Is it the world release? I don't remember. I think at one of these IWF World Athletics, there is a point system, but that could be, and that's something where that could be an addition to the thing. I think it might just what here you go, Mannings with that smart thing. I think they should patent this in the Mannings and copyright it and sell it to World Athletics.
Really? I think somebody's saying that they do. Somebody's saying that they do. Which would be good that they actually do. Editor-in-chief is saying that they do. I wonder which championship they do that though, where they actually tally the points to see based on your position, like at champs, relay you get points and so on. Which event they do that?
There's a world event. It slips my mind now, man. But there's a world event. Is it the Europe? I don't remember. There's a world event.
Is it the youth championship? The world youth. I think it's one of those.
I'm not sure. Don't. But what it Mannings, if it is what is clear is that it is not a public thing right now. But what you would do, man, in doing that, you would kind of increase the zest and desire.
Yeah.
So people
participation
would be more
to participate
if,
in
for
more
example-
events. Because I am telling you, if they do that, Jamaica would find somebody to do javelin.
Yeah, but then remember, you still have qualification standards.
Yeah, I know, but we'd work harder because we know that, listen, even if you don't win a medal, you could get some points for the country to finish in.
You could. So if I already work, so that's what I say, patent this in the money. Maybe I want 50% or whatever you get. But listen to the idea, man. Listen this great idea. I think it's a great idea. Because if World Athletics want to increase participation in a wider scale of participation in terms of wider range of events, put a prize money, put something. So for example, there is a medal table in a man, and the medal table would still be there, but allocate a point system and then put a nice, say for example, $20 million for the country.
That finish on top.
You break it down a scale.
Yeah.
That finish on top of this, so that you would find other countries now striving to have greater participation in these events. So they could
exactly, because you know schools that will send 2 kids to champs for specific events because they know they're going to get into the finals. They may not win, but the school going to have 10 points at the end of champs. And that is a celebration. And so because of that, more schools participate, more athletes participate.
Incentivize that. If they incentivize that at the international level, greater participation.
I see anytime Chiefs say they do it for the World Championships, but it is kind of unofficial. So it is, But he said that he's going to check to see if they give money for it.
They probably need to do that. But I don't know. I know that I've heard about it being done at a world event, but I don't know of it being done for the World Championship. And even if it is being done, it's something that is low key and it is not media. It is not driven by the media. So obviously the information is not getting out. But I'm sure if this is something that is out there, it would pique greater interest from countries because people is looking to say, we can get one in the finals, we're gonna get some points here. You understand what I say? So it should. I think it's a system that World Athletics, because anything managed now that creates greater interest in a track and field, it can only be a good look for World Athletics. And I think that is where they need to be looking. This is where they need to be trying to kind of broaden the participation, broaden the interest, broaden the viewership. As I get more eyes going on this thing and see how we can get a greater focus on track and field and these world events. But back to
the 400, we didn't talk about the 400 meters women. Did we?
The 400 meters women. No, we didn't. 2 Jamaicans in the final. Could we medal? I doubt it. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from our ladies in that. Candice McLeod, no, I don't think she. I can't see her making the podium. Paulina for me is a favorite. There are a couple other ladies who look very good. I like the look of Sadie Williams from Barbados. She trains here in Jamaica. I think she's definitely a medal prospect. But no, I can't say medals for us in the 400, the flat 400 for women. What I can say though, I think our women's 4x4 team has a good chance this year of staging the US. The US has a weakened team. We have our ladies in the 400 meters. I don't like the look of what's her name? She didn't make the final. She was in the semifinal. She made the semifinals at a time trial. Cherokee Young. Cherokee Young. Coming to the World Championships and running 51.4 is unacceptable. You're a Jamaican 400 meters.
Ashanti Moore was also disappointing, man.
Yeah, but Ashanti Moore is not a 200 meter specialist. She has had a long season.
Why did they include her though? At last minute for Shelley?
Because of the late withdrawal. Yeah, the late withdrawal of Shelley. And she had, I don't know if she was still training. I don't know where she was in. I remember that she was in college. She run for a long time. So this could be just a last minute call up. She could have probably ended. She probably would have wanted to end her season. Now you get a call up, you have to kind of get back into the groove of things. So I don't know. But for me, Cherokee Young has been at this for a while. This is Ashanti Moore's first major championship. Cherokee Young was at the World Championship last year in America, mind you, where she goes to college. All right. I expected better from her. And a segue from that now, going back to the 4x4 women and our chances there. I think we have a great chance because the US team is weakening. It's significantly weakening. No Sydney McLaughlin. The 400 meter pole for America is weak. Delila Mohammed, who is a really a bully, is out. I don't know if she'll be trying to use her in the 4x4. I think Mo won't be running the 4x4. So the US is significantly weak. Our greatest threat right now is Poland. I don't think we have enough to beat Poland. Poland has a very good team, but I think we could be contending for the gold and definitely at worst the silver medal. Since I think similar to how we are talking about 4x4 men, I think our 4x4 women have a great chance. It's a pity Jamaica will not get medals in all 5 relays. I think we should have gotten a medal in the mixed relay if we had the right team out there. But I think as it stands right now, the 4 relays that are left, we have a chance of medaling in all 4 relays and possibly 2 gold medals. Could be 3, who knows? Don't know, the 4x1 men, with the depth of the team that we have, we could very well be, contending with the US. Come back to something I always say. I don't think we are getting enough batting practices in. I don't think we are doing enough earlier training. This is a passion of mine for the longest time.
And I know that you would not end without bringing that up, So talk to the people about your really preparation that you want to see from Jamaica.
I already spoke at Nas about that. Mannings. I don't need to get back to that. I'm hoping that and my thing, Mannings, is that as I said, and we're here talking about the youngsters, but who knows if we'll get back to the heights of having a Shelley, Ilian, and Sherika 1, 2, 3. We don't know if we'll get back. We don't know if we'll get back to ladies running 10-7s consistently and 2 of them running 10-6s. We don't know if we're gonna have that kind of foot speed again. So I never want to get back into that really argument. But back to what I was saying about the youngsters coming to the fore right now. It augurs well for the Olympics next year. Seeing if we talk about people like Watson and Pinnock and Clark and those youngsters, having tasted some level of success. None of them have actually won medal yet, but the fact that they are in the finals and looking good, it's success in itself already. Now, having tasted this level of success, it only means that their success, their appetite should be whet for next year. The Olympics is a bigger stage. These gentlemen, if they can stay healthy, go in the off season, train it augurs well for Jamaica for next year. And who knows? We might be seeing record numbers of record medal haul for Jamaica next year in the Olympics, considering the wide range of events that we are going to have medal prospects in. We're talking about a person like a Broadbell who, having the disappointment of falling this year, should be thirsty for next year, Mannings. We're talking about the 3 youngsters I just mentioned. We're talking about people like, we still expected to be somewhat dominant in the women's sprint, if not on top, but at least we have at least 2 medalists here. We're talking about people like Civil, who is still young, who being disappointed by 4th place finishes in 2 world championships consecutively, should be itching and gunning to go to make the podium at the Olympics next year. So for me, that says, great success for Jamaica come next year at the Olympics. But for these World Championships, as I say, we acknowledge the disappointments, but we are also acknowledging the successes. And then all in all, I think that's been a good World Championship for Jamaica. And we're looking forward to continued great performances from our athletes.
All right, well said. I mean, I think that is it. Don't know that there's anything yet that we haven't covered. We have a few more days to go, more than a couple. So we will talk again, Pioneer, as more finals come up, more results.
What we can do, man, is because you see, but maybe this is what we should have been doing. Maybe we can use a phone link to get in live while some of these races are going on live. I mean, we might be a little delayed, but we can do pre and post race analysis while we're watching along to some of these races. So maybe this similar to how you do a phone link right now. It would be good if we could do a phone link and get in while some of these races. We still have a couple of races today. I think the finals of the 400 meter women are today. As it stands, I watch the 5,000 meter heats and I haven't looked at the schedule.
Yeah, maybe we can do that to do, like, especially when we have like the relays and stuff and we have Jamaicans in finals, we can do that. I think that would be
the 200 meters. The 200 meters should be very interesting. So I just want to point out something at 200. As I pointed out earlier for your viewers, the 3 ladies that were drawn in the semifinal are the 100, Talu, Sherika, and Shakari are also joining the same semi-final of the 200 meters. That in itself for me is intrigue and interest. However, and I've note also is that there's a little conflict that was brewing between Shakari Richardson and Gabby Thomas.
Yes.
That's something that it has existed for a long while. This is probably the second time we're hearing about them having conflict. I think this one was almost got to a physical altercation. The previous one was verbal and social media. So I think that in itself right now has tongues wagging from a US standpoint as to Shakari now being the 100-meter champion will think that she's primed to defeat Gabby over 200 meters. Gabby will definitely not want that to be. And with all of that now, Shericka Jackson being the preemptive favorite and the lady who is expected to take down the world record, how will all of this tie in with Shericka? If all three of these ladies are in the final and Shakari now wanting to prove that she is probably the queen of sprinting now.
Yes.
How will she go? I like okay. Another contender that we didn't mention, who I'm seeing on my screen right now, man, is Ricketts in the triple
Shanika,
jump.
yes.
Shanika Ricketts out. I think she's not having as good a season this year.
Yeah, for some reason I think her husband not being there. Oh no, I think he ended up being there. It just cost him a lot of money. I was wondering if that would offset her, but he is actually there. I think he wanted to be like the jump coach, but
I'm putting it down to that. I think she has not had the kind of season. She has not had the kind of consistent season that I don't know if it's due to injuries. I don't know what factors has been affecting her. But she has not had the kind of consistent season. I just saw her with a good qualifying jump up. She's out front 14:30. I'm seeing Ross on screen as we speak. But Shanika Ricketts has not been over the last 2 seasons outside of Rojas. She has been the woman.
Yeah,
Rojas is out of class, and she has been that next person there. So, but this season, I think she's a little below where she normally is. However, I'm still thinking, man, that she's still good for at least a bronze medal for us. So there we go. We still have medal prospects. You know.
And I see our friend editor-in-chief got some information, and he's saying that points are actually allocated to the top 8 at the World Championship. So I just think maybe that is not made public.
Publicized. Yeah, that. Well, I think where World Athletics need to go now is to put greater publicity on this and make it something that that is promoted and even during the championship, something that is advertised and announced, so that it kind of pique interest, similar to the kind of vibe we get from a champs where the points system and people wanting to finish on top of the points table is a big thing. I think I don't think much is made of even the medal table. As if you notice, we haven't even seen. It's like a little afterthought how the medal table is posted. Because most times, man, national interest trumps all other interests in our sports.
Yeah, but I think what happened, these championships have become so much about the gold medals and the medals that people I don't know how much people pay attention to the points themselves.
Medal table. The medal table are the points. So I'm saying that here is where probably World Athletics would try and pique more interest in the World Championships and the Olympics and the track and field competition at the Olympics by making this a national thing. So the people in Hungary and the people in Sweden and the people in wherever, Australia and the people in China would want to know how are their country doing on the table, the medal table and on the points table. Because we know that for me in sports, national interests trump all other interests. I don't watch a lot of club football, for example. I do watch club football, but when it comes World Cup, I don't miss a game. And I think people play with greater fervor when it comes to their national teams than them club teams are when they are in nation competition versus when they perform on a Diamond League. You understand me? So for me, I think World Athletics need to probably look at this, publicize it, advertise it, make it a thing. The point system at the Olympics, the point system at the World Championship, the medal table at the World Championship, the medal table at the Olympics. There are still going to only be some countries that have a topic. The US are going there,
Definitely.
But as I say,
Definitely.
what I'm seeing,
It
especially
will
this
make
year, man.
it because there are
Honestly,
some other
Japan,
teams, you know. There are some other teams, you know, that end up with, like Germany don't get a lot of medals, you know, but have a lot of people in finals. You know, so sometimes, you know, the
Japan,
Chinese, for example, the Japanese, they have a lot of people in finals,
yes,
especially in some of
the Japan,
the field
yeah,
event, but you don't hear a lot because they don't get probably a lot of medals. So I think even in that, it would highlight some of those other events.
I can tell you, man, that this year, I don't know what Japan is doing in track in their athletics and their track and field program, but I'm seeing a wide range of Japanese participants. I'm watching the 5,000 meter right now. There's a Japanese woman in the 5,000 heats. I'm seeing Japanese in the hurdles. They are normally in the sprints. I'm seeing them in the 400. I'm seeing them in the 400. They are there. They are making semifinals. They are threatening to make finals. And I've seen Japanese in finals this year that we're not normally see them in. So there's something happening in Japan right now where I think there is a push and a thrust where your track and field is concerned. It's a good thing. And you could very well get other countries, other major nations, you know, expanding their track and field program if, you know, they were to make this a bigger in terms of the points thing and the medal. Just a school for that, but that Mr. Patent the idea, man, and said it to World Athletics. And them know it came from I am sure.
Yeah, man. All right, bless up, Pioneer. Thanks for the time as usual.
Yeah, my brother. And as I say, we use the phone link. Because sometimes it's kind of a busy week, back to school, and we have some other things that go on. So we use a phone system instead of coming into studio or even using, you know, a video link. We use a phone link because the voice is as good as the picture, my brother.
Yes. All right then. Yeah, man. All right, Pioneer. Thanks as
Respect
usual.
and bless up to all of the viewers and everybody on the stream. Man.
Every time. All right. That was Pioneer for you. Just giving his thoughts on the World Championships there. So I want to say a big thank you to him to making himself available as we continue the show. Remember, the phone lines are open, so you can call in. Just also got word that Leon Bailey just scored for Aston Villa. Yes, Leon Bailey just scored for Aston Villa in the Euro qualifiers, I believe. Yes, in the qualifier for Europe. So scored a header. This would make it his second game. Also, Christopher Pearson, you'd have known him, especially the KC fan base would have known him. He has scored. Well, sorry, he is moving from Tulsa FC to Huntsville FC on loan for the rest of the season. Yes, I see Natty Congo saying here, blessing management, I think unseen was right. I think this is about Ronaldo Cephas. He's saying that I see Cephas destroying Turkish Premier League defense. I think Cephas is going to end up in a top 4 league. Well, listen, a lot of people will take back their words, you know. And then let me tell you what the football is, and I'm going to tell you this again. This player that just moved to Italy called Trevante Stewart. People, I am telling you, the man, he is going to surprise many. There are many people who still don't believe in him, you know, but I'm telling you, he's going to surprise many. Just like with Cephas, many of the people knew that Cephas would be this good. And sometimes you can tell by the player's attitude, their work rate, all of those things that they offer. There's something, you can tell that a player, there's something about the player outside of the football. You can call them intangibles that when you see it, you say to yourself, no, this youth have some real talent. You see that. And I think this is what we'll be getting from Ronaldo Cephas. I said it earlier. Pamela, you don't know, man. Me a virgin. You gotta take back your word, man. Me I tell her that. Me not generally. I don't generally talk up ballers, you know. I don't generally talk up ballers. But when I meet them and I see their attitude, there's something about them that says to me that this youth is going to go a far way. I'm telling you, and Cephas is one of those players. And next one is the same Trevante Stewart. There's something about them. Right? Something and it's there on the field and off the field behavior and attitude, and you can't see it unless you get to, like, you don't watch the game and see it because it goes outside of the game. So sometimes you'll say, well, me watching play and I don't see that and stuff. I'm telling you, it goes outside of them playing on the field. All right. So look out. I'm telling you, people, look out for this youth named Cephas. Look out for Trevante Stewart, because I see them making further moves. There's a next player, you know, even the same player named Kenroy Campbell, you know. Watch him. Keep your eyes on him. Listen out for him. Yep. You know, so we will see. We'll see, Pamela. But big up yourself, because you don't know, you know, man. You have a right. You have other reasons why you believe you know. So you have to go by the information you have. And nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. But like I said, because of my personal interaction with some of these players, I'm telling you. Now, just a few more bits of information. Oh my, you see the Demarai Phillips. I'm in an undisclosed location as usual. So when I get back to the disclosed location, I will, because just before I got to the undisclosed location, I saw Demar Phillips, but I did not have the opportunity to actually like have a conversation with him. I don't think he saw me, you know, but I saw him. So yeah, I will give you some updates on that by the end of next week. All right. So bear that in mind. All right. Now, Nations League coming up, right? And lots of things happening. While we talk about the Nations League, we will also want to talk about the fact that our Reggae Girls will be playing against Canada, as some of you know already, in qualifiers for the Olympics. And I think we have a good opportunity against a big rival in CONCACAF to actually qualify for this Olympic. I think if we can beat Canada here at home, we are in good position to qualify. Teams and nations go through transition. Any squad info? What kind of squad info? People, Jeff Nicholson, big up yourself. What kind of squad information? International break. Not more comment and you want squad information. Jamaica late on them squad information. Me not understand. Right? We don't know. What do you mean by squad information? What kind of question? Squad information. Yeah. So I think if we beat Canada at home in that game, we put ourselves in good position to qualify. Think we have been solid defensively in the World Cup. So good goalkeepers. So I believe that we will qualify ahead of Canada. I believe so. All right. So I'm looking forward to that. Hope you're preparing. The Nations League game, though, I can see, you know, possible names like what? Andre Blake will be in the Nations League. What do you mean by possible name Jeff Nichols? Andre Blake will be in the Nations League. What? Barring injury. Demarai Gray, Leon Bailey, Damian Lowe, Bobby Reed. I don't know. What you mean? So see, you get some names there. Or you know mean like that. Because I know them name there you want to hear no Jeff Nicholson. Me certainly say I know them name there you want to hear. You know I hear them name there. You want to hear. You know I hear. You know I hear the names of the birds I gonna give you. Yeah. So so but you know yeah. So there are some names that you can have. You know, the Demarai Gray, the Leon Bailey, you know. Yeah. So there are some names, you know, that yeah. Tell me what you think. Yeah. But yeah, so it is very important that we do well in this Nations League campaign because you know it helps us to qualify for the Copa America, and that is the Copa America where you'll have the 10 South American teams plus 6 teams from CONCACAF, which would make it a 16 team tournament, like a tournament that is preparing, helping to get the United States prepared for the World Cup. So I think it is very important that we do well in the Nations League. And I want to again urge the fans because listen, all right, some of you when it's match time, you need to come off at YouTube and go at the game and stop make excuses, right? Because when the players give excuses to play, is a problem, right? Yeah. So you should not give an excuse. Turn up at the games and support your team. And I think the people who are the most critical, they need to show that they go to the games, especially those living in Jamaica. When a man live overseas, I can understand that he may not be able to fly down to watch the game. But you live in Jamaica and game playing at the stadium, you're supposed to go to the game, especially when you're very, very vocal when players don't turn up, right? Go out, watch the team, watch the game, support the team, all right? See, Rob saying that Gray will just be getting to his club. Where I don't know where you get that though. Rob Smith, you have to give me some more information on that, because I don't know. My thing to you is this: why would there be an international window and he's not allowed to join his national team when all the other players, wherever he's going to go, will be joining their national team? It's an international window, you know. It's an international window, and I'm very sure wherever you believe he's going, yeah. Yep. All right. How many are you in Jamaica? In Jamrock? Hey, listen. All right. Let me say this to you. Here's the thing. All right. So people, have you hit? Let me check. Have you hit the like button? 44 likes. Let's get it to at least 50 likes. Hit the like button. And if you have not yet subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe. We have a caller coming in. Let's take this call. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Big up, my name's man. Bless up yourself.
Bless up yourself, Gunners boss.
Yeah, man. A pioneer there, man. Yeah, man. So pioneer. This is for you. Cause I want to know me there. Me tell me just me dying for your data done, your drop your internet or so. Brother, we not gonna allow you to do that. Me personally against you want to take up an hour off the show. You know much people could have called in all them time the other fire. You have nothing wrong with you. You're not an ugly young man. You can go on the internet and turn on the camera for you. Make it drive up the algorithm. The people them like see your face, the young ladies them and the old ladies them. And them like to see your face and like to communicate with you personally. So you nobody call back your phone to come turn over here for 1 next hour, 2 hours. You do it again. Are your last chances. Other people want to call in, brother. You can't come and give phone line for 2 hours pioneer. How you feel like? Me not allow that. You're my brother, but me not no. Pioneer and pioneer. Don't agree on that one. Join from wherever you are. If you don't have no data for your thing, talk to it. We put data on it if you can talk. But you're going to join the show live from today. You spend too much time when we want to talk and not even remember when we want to talk about now. So I'm going to turn up the next 5 minutes talk about you. Big up yourself, my brother. What go on, man?
Me there here, man. So what say you today?
Why you just? Well, today, me just a shout up the show, and I say, Pioneer was given Pioneer thing in the track and field. Make him stick to track and field and attack nothing else. Him good over here. So him say him know basketball, but I'm not true. I just say him thing there. So with me wish track and field go on year round. So Pioneer can come and give his educated analysis, although they all slept on Shakari.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you had predicted Shakari is going to win?
I never predict no one to win. I just when they was talking, I just told them that since Shakari divorced her Jamaican sweetheart, she been doing better. That's not truth, man. We not gonna say nothing, not hide, man. You know they all about fans staying and everywhere, brother, from years ago, man. From she divorced her Jamaican girlfriend, she been doing better. Yeah, she been running better. She pick up one seed there.
Gunners boss. Let me read this comment. This comment is for you. It says, management, make sure to run all your show ideas by Gunners boss, so we don't have to hear him call and cuss about what happens on the show. Because he always calling, cussing what happened on the show.
But not the person who said that I'm not to him from attack. So I'm not supposed to say Pioneer, not supposed to get 1 hour on the show. But true that the brother we attack or that the sister that we attack, no call. Them not understand what it is when you want to call and bless the show in a man's man. And a man there if you add enough.
So you know if you take 5 minutes of your time and talk about Pioneer call.
Mm-hmm.
The value of your call drops significantly.
But you know, my call them, not even put no value upon my call them. You me put value upon. I put value upon I Am Sure Sports because I am a junkie and I Am Sure Sports is my dealer. I hear some of your work now. Yeah, so this is where me get my fix from. So me no want when me a call and Brethren allow me make me call and take my 5 minutes and do what me want to do it. If I want to talk about Pioneer, my brother for 5 minutes, nothing wrong with that. Because me and him now war and fight. Him know say me don't come and come say that because him know him there too long and him abuse him privilege over here on the phone call. When him have the link to go online. You see, if you never come back, if him never come back, if you never read him comment, you even not talk to him now, you know.
Yeah.
Brain drain and I comment.
No, Brain Drain is not commenting. But his gang he has his entire posse and his entire posse is here. Because he has Brain Drain as a posse, you know.
Remember what team?
Yeah, man, Brain Drain has one of the biggest team on social media, you know.
Them people don't like a video, share, comment, subscribe, and enough afraid to come over here and do the things them. Man.
So why were you asking for Brain Drain?
No, because Mr. Brain Drain I give away one bully for money all about over a place. I mean never see him not give them the kind of money over here. Him and his friend they pass shoot out yesterday, dub over one place yesterday.
Yeah, man, but
Big up yourself, Coach Minzy. Brain Drain when you come over here. No one you come over here weekend make me have a shootout. So much who can put the most money for cash. Oh, but hold on, I forgot the money, man. You don't have that monetized thing no more. You don't have it no more. You don't get it back yet.
You can tell and cash up, man. Brain Drain says
Brain
Drain says that when he gives super chat, it's so that him can floss and endorse. So he said that when him do sell, him no get for floss.
Okay, a public approval them a look for.
No,
man, if you put $100 on the catch up, they will come over here and read your comment them and make them know you drop a thing over and
so everybody, the man say you need to stop eating on the stream, sir.
But them not see what me I do. At lunchtime, I take all me can do my little thing, brother. I eat a little piece of fried fish. Me no eat stream around.
So what you want to talk about now? Because which one of the topics that you're taking to?
Let me go back and see your headline. Where your headline was up. I'll see when we want to talk about. Where your headline is. Where is it? Can me come and fight me for a while.
We are talking about the World Championships. We are talking about Nations League. Demarai Gray, the Jamaican footballer, that at Everton and probably looking to be transferred, and then also the Caribbean Club Championship. Harbourview play today. They play against Dumby Holden, 2 Jamaican teams clashing, and then Cavaliers plays the team from Trinidad and Tobago. I think Defence Force.
Okay. My name's Mark.
Yes, sir.
Spain won the Women's World Cup, right?
Yes. They defeated England by a goal to nil.
All right. And they win all their junior titles leading up to the World Cup, right? Like the under 15 and the under 17 are those
in Europe, yes.
Whatever championship. In Europe before they get to the World. Those players are homegrown players who win those championships, and those are players, because they are building from below up, You see, our problem is we want to do like Saudi Arabia, we want to build our national team and our league from the top down. This is not a pyramid, but we build from the top down. We have to build it from below and go up. And that is our problem. So I hope some people take a book out of one. France, Spain has done and know that what I've been saying is what Spain been doing. Build from grassroots. That means to say if you start build from 17, 16, 17, them youth. But when them reach so them have enough.
Gunners boss.
All you have to do is get them integrated into the program.
Gunners boss. I put it to you that what you're just saying is not based on scientific data, but just speculation. You're assuming that what you are suggesting is what Spain is doing. Because you can't prove it.
No, man. I can prove it because I've been listening and I've been watching and I've been hearing the people talking about it.
What have the people been talking about? About Spain female?
They've been talking about how good Spain is at by winning all these young competitions.
Do you know Gunners boss? Do you know Gunners boss that the team that went to the World Cup for Spain, right? That was not their original team. That there was a team. The team originally, they decided that they were having some issue with the federation, right?
Exactly, I know that.
And they decided the federation just called on some younger players to go and play. So I don't understand the point you're making.
Why could the federation have a backup team, a replacement team? We call it the replacement. Why the Spanish replacement female team comes better than everybody else, and we could have just sit down and call up these young players
because the money available in Spanish football over the years. These are World Cup winners. Remember, Euro winners. So they have a lot of money. They have Barcelona, Real Madrid, multiple Champions League winners, World Club Championship winners. So they have way more resources than Jamaica to invest in football, to build a stadium. Probably a stadium in Jamaica, our best stadium in Jamaica doesn't compare to a stadium in probably the fourth tier of Spanish football. in terms of quality.
When we got 98 World Cup, we never have no quality stadium.
Why every time we keep
Stadium,
going, we talk? Why we going back to 1998?
Because we have I'm sure we have better facilities now than then.
Really?
Tell me
the better facility. Tell me the better facilities that we have now than in 1998.
On it, yeah, no for jungle better. Because if they have 98, they never have light and them thing.
But having light or no light at Arnett Gardens doesn't have nothing to do with the national team, man.
Upper Maryland, the Azteca, we never have no Azteca in
a boss, you're taking this
Azteca Upper Maryland. No.
You're taking this thing for a joke, you know.
No man. But all right, then again, moving right along now. And next thing when we notice with the track and field thing. Over the years, like me, your Pioneer talk earlier, and Pioneer been talking about the Shelleys and the this and the Alien and these people. You see it come right back again. We're trying to build from the top up. We expect the veteran, we expect the Shelleys and these people to continue run till them are 100 years old. We're not looking to
nobody was
we're
saying
not buying the next Usain Bolt or the next man to back up Usain Bolt from Usain Bolt. Like from Usain Bolt.
Of course, we just have oblique civil. I mean, he's
run past we saw.
But didn't America win the last event that Bolt ran at? Remember, Justin Gatlin defeated him.
No man, Justin Gatlin never defeated him, man. He dropped, he lie down.
Who lie down? What are you talking about? Who stop run?
The last place where Bolt say him a go Justin Gatlin or where the brother name a go run him down and pass him. And people say him in
the 100 meters.
The
100 meters.
The same night me team a party in England. No, that race you talk about.
No, the 100 meters. The 100 meters, Justin Gatlin at the World Championship, I believe, defeated Usain Bolt. Bolt never dropped down.
Him run left Bolt.
Yeah, and beat Bolt. Bolt finished third.
When that man is, let me remember Bolt.
Bolt last global championship, third in finish.
Which year was that? That was after the sit down at the Olympics. Are they missing it when the Olympic way fall down or something?
After that, Bolt since that time, Bolt has not run he has did a couple of Diamonds League after that.
The last race that when we remember.
No man, Justin Gatlin beat him. Come on, Gunners boss, man.
Before you mean Gatlin beat him before that? And then you me no count no beat where Gatlin them are no American beat both because for them thing suspect all the way through.
And do you remember you remember it was in the relay that Bolt never finished the race? That you're talking about.
Them, but me know him lay down. Me know him dropping in our race. I see my party the night like crazy, like him never party before in England. That's what me remember. And I said to myself, the boss, make them beat him. Say, boss, me know them brother I get too fast, you know, because them have this thing with them say about HGH, you know. When you do HGH, you know, the kind of HGH where them do, you know, it no work, you know, them take it from now and it not start work for the next 3-4 years, you know. So them take it on time to do their suspension and still come back to compete. So anybody will get caught in this thing should never be competing for that year or for the next 4 years. Give them 5 or 6 years suspension. That means to say them think you are working to make them come run fast where again. And me hear some people say yesterday, Sha'Carri thing compared to Bolt. No, to Gatlin. No. Sha'Carri smoke the roots. So if I just say you talk about, you know, no HGH and them thing there. No PEDs and them thing there. So they don't mix her up to the people with PEDs and win to her.
Gunners boss.
Man. The show great. Hold on, the show great. Me I listen and me I enjoy the show. Me just come to entertain the people them and talk about too foolishness as usual. I'm gonna allow some people in the comment now. I'm gonna call the show and talk some sense everything. Me just come here and talk some foolishness as usual. Because I know say my pleasure is to entertain. So if you've been entertained, have a laugh. If you're not entertained, I'm sorry for you. But other than that, I'm gonna call the show, I'm gonna support the show. And the people them where I come on, when you come on, when you wanted. No informer, no under no witness protection program. Please me I ask, and if you turn the camera on, turn the face around, That's how we drive up the algorithm of the show. You turning your camera around is not doing nothing. YouTube now look for you. Them want to see you like how them look for a man in man, you know. And that is how them drive up algorithm. When people see people face them interested to like, share, and comment and do more things. So no stop turning on the camera on the company show. If you don't want to, then go hide in a book.
All right, good.
Now the favor and leave the show alone.
All right, good, boss. Remember to hit the like button, share. You understand me? You can support the channel, people.
Me do all of my thing already, man. I soon get to you on this. Give me a minute.
All right. Big up. That was Gunner's boss, people. Thanks for the call, as usual. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. All right. Let me see. Get a couple of messages here. All right. All right. These are, yeah. All right. So, yeah. Demo, I see Demo have a comment up here earlier. Like, Demo, are you okay, man? Some people, farmers are highly intelligent, you know. Sometimes I wonder about Demo, you know. Hold on. Let me put up this comment. I don't know. Like, what do you mean, Demo? What do you mean by Arsenal thieving win? Didn't Arsenal score a clear? We were given a clear penalty and we scored it. What is thieving about it? Wasn't it our player that the wrong player got a yellow card for time wasting, and then he got a second yellow card for what was not a foul that VAR could not check, and he got a red card, and we finished the game with 10 men. How did Arsenal thief? Isn't this your Liverpool team that should have been 2-0 down because a goal that was called back for offside was not really offside because it was a slight touch? What are you talking about, Demo? Was Tomiyasu red card a red card, Demo? Answer me. Answer me on that, Demo. Was the red card to Tomiyasu a red card? Talk to me. So I don't know what you're talking about, Demo. Careful now, you know. Careful, you know, Demo. And leave Arsenal alone, you know, Demo. Leave Arsenal alone. All right? Leave Arsenal alone. Let me just ask, because some people have been saying, listen, I think I am talking about, you're talking about the Palace penalty that VAR looked at and said it was not a penalty. I am asking you about the 2 yellow cards that Tomiyasu get. Because remember, Debo, I am talking about VAR and the referee decided that it was not a penalty, Demo. Answer me about Tomiyasu getting 2 yellow cards that led to a red card. Explain that to me, please. All right? People, I really have this proposal. And I think I think like Ravel, when he's playing football and in good condition, he can give something to the national setup. All right? So, I again want to put this out there. If for whatever reason, this window is about to end like in a few days, if he doesn't get one of those big clubs somewhere across the world, not even down in Saudi Arabia to play, I would propose to him up until January. September, he signs for a club in Jamaica. Sign for a club in Jamaica. It's way probably lower than the quality that you're used to playing in. But if you can't get a club, sign for a club in Jamaica, maybe a Mount Pleasant. All right? You should be okay to take care, make sure you have good accommodation. They should be able to do that. Get serious, play some ball, just to get yourself back up to shape, because you can add value to the national program. And I think if that happens, you could do that and then look to move out in January. And this is if you don't have a viable option come a day before the transfer window. What do you think about that, people? Would you suggest that Ravel do something like that? Because it's really up to him, you know. I think he can make a call. I think there are at least three clubs in the Premier League in Jamaica that could do with a player like Ravel and probably give him some good compensation. And I think that could work. Or you do something where you play per game. They pay you per match. I don't know, but I think you need to be playing some football. So people, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Ravel Morrison, the possibility of him, you know, if there is no viable contract anywhere at all for him that he looks to, all right, let me just at least get myself in some good physical condition. Let's walk out of this thing with DC, play some football, get some money. I mean, not even the money, but get some good condition. Right? Famila says every club in the JPL would do with a player like Ravel. King Job says Ravel at Mount Pleasant would be fire. I think it will be fire indeed. Listen, I think Mr. Christopher Williams, and this is where now, I think the club, for example, if a club says we can pay you, I don't know. I don't know. Basic salary accommodation. That Christopher Williams and Owen Hill, the JPL people, the JPL people should look at helping to make this happen. Because I think it would, imagine Ravel running out for his first JPL game, whichever club. I believe a lot of people would just go and watch the league because of him just turning up to play. Because people want to see him play. I think he has that pull, that drive. So I am wondering if there's any possibility that something like this could be worked. Famila says it's not a good idea. Ravel would start showing off because it would be too easy and someone would deliberately break him foot. I don't believe so. Famila, those days of our football is done. I mean, I think I don't see any player getting any tackles in the last at least 3 years, like who have been skilled, including the McGee's and these guys are Cephas who they try to break their leg. I don't see that happening. Famila really and truly in a Famila. Me not think you go out one JPL game in a Famila. By what you're saying, Famila, I don't think you actually go to a JPL game. I think you watch the games that come on TV. The players don't play like that, Famila. You may hear a lot of expletives being used, but I can tell you this, there's camaraderie amongst the players. Jason, I don't know about that. Is cataract, boss. Me stay from cataract and them follow there, you know. Of course, it would be a listen. I think Ravel playing in the league is not about his quality. It is about his conditioning and his fitness. Are you fit enough to play competitively? And I don't see this as a long-term 10-year, 3-year contract or 2-year contract. No. Listen, all right? September, October, November, December. January is a window. I am saying, and I'm only saying this if there's absolutely no options available to him. Because here's what I know. It would be better for him to play in the Jamaican League and get back in the national team than for him to not play any football Because this is running into almost a year now. Because leading up to the Trinidad game, he wasn't playing. And then he had the Trinidad games that we played before the Gold Cup in May, June, July, August. He needs to be playing. And I'm not, like I said, maybe it is a paying per match. I don't know. Maybe a club can give him, I don't know, $1,000 per match. I don't know. To play. Or less, I don't know. Say you play 3 matches in the month, you get $3,000 US. I don't know. And they cover your accommodation and whatever. But I think the JPL could use this as a part of their marketing of the league as well. And they could add something. Because my point is, I don't hear like a MLS club. I don't hear like a USL club really looking to get him. So if there is an issue with him connecting to any club, why not look at this option? Formula, I am telling you, Formula, the league is physical. You have more broken legs last season in the EPL than in the JPL. You had more broken legs in MLS than in the JPL. I am not telling you that the league is not aggressive or physical. It is. But I am saying to you, tell me the last player in the league who got a broken leg because of flare. Tell me. Because you said that if Ravel were to come, he's going to show off and people are going to break his leg. Alex Marshall's leg was not broken in the league. Tyreek McGee's leg was not broken in the league. You tell me, Formula. Tell me the player whose Jermaine Johnson's leg was not broken in the league. The same name you just used. His leg was not broken. You tell me the player. Which skill player? Are you saying that there has been none? Tell me, Formula. So I don't know. No schoolboy broke Whisper's leg. He played in the schoolboy league. And it is physical as well. The last player to sustain like major tackle injury, wasn't even a tackle, was Fabian McCarthy. And it was in a game. It wasn't even a tackle. Demarai Deacon is an underground player who always doing skills and flair. His leg has not been broken. Ronaldo Cephas, look, what he's doing in Turkey is what he was doing in the league out here. His leg was not broken. Lamar Walker, at his best, was doing all of those things. His leg was not broken. So tell me this flair player or the skill player who, and why would Ravel leg? Why would people want to break Ravel leg? Come on, man. Ravel don't ever play like that. Ravel is not one of those players who want to beat 4 or 5 man. No. It's a passing ability. Marvin Morgan. Thank you, Demo. You're not broken in the league, man. So, Formula, I am more and more convinced that you don't watch a lot of JPL games live. You don't go to the games. I think you watch the games that come on TV. And I challenge you this year to go out and watch the game. Nothing, Formula, man. Nothing like that, man. We had players from Nigeria come to Jamaica come play. Skillful players. When Hagler and them man they play, and nobody have tried to break them leg. We have Americans come here and play. Brazilian come here and play. Nobody was trying to break their legs. Russell Latapy, Leanson Lewis, when Hagland, Gaddafi, and the Pant and them on them Monday, nobody was trying to break their legs. I can't agree with your family. I think this one you need to leave it alone, family. England born man come Jamaica. Your family leave that one alone. Yeah, you watch Karim Paris, man. Karim Paris, Karim Paris skillful, you know. Man said, for people. Conroy Sterling, big up yourself. Richard Stewart, up. Kali Sinclair, blessings every time. Sure improvement. Calling out sure improvement. People, we have like 9 minutes to go. Family are joking, you know. I think you're joking. I mean, I think you're serious, family. I think family are just joking. I'm not serious. I don't think he's being serious. So that would be my suggestion. And again, this is if he is not getting anything, because it cannot be for footballing reasons. Family, are serious? Family, let me tell you this. I have played football up to yesterday. We meet I'm a big coach now, but he's an American that play college football. Me can tell you this. Half of the center forward them in Jamaica are tough like them. You see, there's this idea that people have, you know, that anybody who is white, when you come on to football and sports, them soft. You're a joker, family. Let me tell you that. May I tell you that, family? They will put on lick on your skin and them can't take lick, family. May I tell you that? You're wrong. You're wrong, family. You think that Jamaica League, the JPL tough? I cannot know watch all it. Make Mikel and told him. Meet Mikel and Tony, make him tell about EPL and Championship and League One. Talk to Anthony Grant when you see him about League One. Talk to them, family. Anytime you get a chance, talk to them. Our league they're tough. A lot of our players, when them going to some of them league, it's the physicality of the league, but they can't manage. Not joke yourself. Talk about. So I don't agree with you. You have to provide some evidence to support that idea. And the people don't want pressure your body, you know. But like I said, that's my suggestion. And the man say I work with Teddy. So I interview Teddy again. I remember me talk to Teddy, you know. I work with Teddy Johnson again. I hear that in a far, brother. You understand me? So, yeah. Yep. So, how many are you going to watch Harbour View Don't Be Holden today? Yep. You need to go and check out the teams, you know. Give them some love, give them some support. You understand me? I've been a good showing of people tomorrow. Watch this. 9 a.m. in Jamaica. We're going to start early. We have Marlon, Gilbert, Roberts, who will be joining us, right? You see me, I make sure I'm telling you from now, when you can prepare. Marlon Gilbert Roberts will be joining us. All right. Who is a co-founder and CEO of the Business to Sports Group. All right. He will be joining us tomorrow morning at 9 Jamaican time. All right. That means Eastern Standard Time, it will be 10. You don't want to miss that. Then tomorrow, 7 p.m. in Jamaica, right? 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be having one of the youngest members of the Reggae Girls squad. Youngest members of the Reggae Girls squad, right? Live on air talking about her experience at the World Cup, where she's at now, and the big plans for the future. You don't want to miss those two programs. They are going to be simply awesome. But I think we're going to put cap on this one. Good 2 hours being with you. I want to again implore and encourage you to hit the like button, to right? Hit the like button, subscribe, share. Then you know what I'm going to do? There's a big initiative that I'm working on, right? 2 big initiatives. One with Reggae Boys Supporters Club, Kyle Wallace, that will get fans into the stands and get them in Jamaican jerseys, right? For the Nation League games. But we have a big initiative with Mr. Pinup, not Ethan, but the father of Ethan. Big project we're working on, right? Where we're going to help some kids, well, not kids, some persons to get some soccer cleats or boots, right? So you see the 1st of September, that's a Friday. Look out for that show. Look out for that show. You see, initiatives. I said, big up all the people in Port St. Lucie. You understand me? Kirky, out by the airport. Big up yourself. Samba, big up yourself. You understand me? Dirks, yeah, you understand me? Codfish, all of the people them out in Florida. You know who you are. Kerry James, I didn't know. Juvenile, I didn't know. Freddie Butler, you understand me? Hopeton, Baba, St. George's. The Baba is a St. George's, old boys. You understand me? Bala too, big up yourself. You understand me? The mechanic, you understand me? You big up yourself. You understand me? Bob Campbell, man who scored for Clarendon College in the Costa Cup final. Lots of people, you have big up, you understand me? Big up on yourself, But I am man in this man. This has been I Am Sure Sports. And yeah, not a problem, Kali. I can do that. I can have Mr. Speed come on Friday. This is I Am Sure Sports, and as usual, we have come to the end of this one. And you know, when it comes to the end of the show, we stay. No, before we do that, like, share, and subscribe, because right now we are over and we are O-U-T out of here.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New heard this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocho-Rios, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, yeah. Someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.